When you're doing right by people and you're not scheming and scamming and stabbing people in the back and stuff like that, you can walk around like a king. You can go wherever you want. I was going to Chicago and they would say, oh, man, what the gangbangers or whatever, this and that, you gonna be scared. What are you gonna say if they say what set you claim? I said, man, I would say, look, I work for the Lord. See, when you sincere and you serious about what you do, we was in South Central. I was in all type of places. And it's just like something like the movies. All around the world, the same song. The world is a ghetto. I'm overseas, in China. I'm in areas that's kind of rough in China. But God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. Yeshua, I call him by his name. So we're not in between. And the Lord love somebody with boldness. I got Muslim brothers that have helped me out a lot with this business. And we have mutual respect. Though we don't worship, we don't call God the same name, but it's mutual respect because it's mutual devotion and don't nothing get respect like respect. So Crown, oh yeah, we about to jump out our bag. I done flow low key with this and everything, but we coming out now. Till next time, and I got a lot of sayings, so y'all keep tuned in. Like what other one could I give them there, Rick? Y'all, if you want to swing, you got to get in the jungle. A lot of people, they say, oh, I just want to put something online and make some money. The money still is in the streets. Ain't nothing going to change about that. If you want to get it, you got to go get it. Like the proverb in the Bible say, they say, the slothful is someone that's lazy. They say, or scared. It's a lion in the street. It's a lion in the street. They always got an excuse why they can't come out of their comfort zone. You're going to have to take the nose. You're going to have doors slammed in your face. But the more you do it, the more you don't care. Every no that you get is just leading you closer to a yes. It's like playing roulette at the casino. I'm not a gambler, but I used to go to the casino a lot. If you keep betting on red, and it keep hitting black, red bound to show up. And that's just how it is out here. You got to go out and get them twos and fews. A lot of people, they talk that jazz, but somebody want to make a movie. This guy called me yesterday. They want, oh, Rob, can you help us fund this movie or do this or do that? They have celebrities they be with, and they ain't got no money. We don't want to put too much of the real out there because everything that you see on media, a lot of that, most of all of it's made up. And when you're really out here in the streets and you really at the dealerships, you really at the places, you really talk to people. You can talk to the people and they can tell you, it's like, who doing what? And they'll tell you. So it's just like the Bible says, you can follow vain people that's following vanity, or you can follow the real. If you want the real, you get with Crown. Crown, we always kept it real. And let me say this, I didn't want to go into too much of this. Our brush can't be faded. All the top wavers got their connecting uniform waves using Crown brushes. All the waves in a spiral. Just like the galaxy go into a spiral in universes. That's why I went on Instagram seeing some of these faux brushes. The knockoffs is just, they ain't came out with nothing different. They just copying my style. And I'm looking at the people talking about these brushes, their waves not even hitting. That's the funny thing about it. It ain't even about a brush what we doing. It's about bringing the knowledge and wisdom of self and empowering our community and creating wealth in our community. That's what Crown is about. A brush is just like my presentation. I say, I throw it over my shoulder. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. I respect it. I'm not disrespecting it. I made them by hand. But it's more than a brush. It's more than about a brush. It's about an idea. And Crown, we still remain the only black manufacturer of this hairbrush to this day. People can fake and stunt and lie over here in America, but when I go to China, I'm treated like a king. Because they're looking for my new designs. They're looking for what's new. Everything we do is new and unique. And that's how you put yourself apart. If you just copying somebody, you ain't gonna get no respect in the long end like that. You gotta come out with something new. You gotta come out with something slick. That's how you make your name. And like the Bible says, a good name is rather to be cherished than silver or gold. It's true. Because riches surely make themselves wings and fly away. But a good name will remain. And a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. God has blessed me abundantly. But when I didn't have, he who's faithful in the least will be faithful in the most. When I didn't have much and I'm looking and I'm just trying to scrounge up $1 to get me a cup of coffee. And then I go to the store and then the guy said, Rob, I need $1, man, begging at the store. I would give my last $1. Say, well, I'm going to make some more back. You know, I'm going to cut some heads. And I go, we ain't get no heads or something until late in the day. But he who's faithful in the least, because the Bible says, any man ask of you, give. So he who's faithful in the least will be faithful in the most. If I can trust you with a little bit, then I can trust you with a little bit more. If I can trust you with that, I can trust you with a ton. You've been faithful over a little, I can make you a king, a kingdom. What Crown is doing is we're kingdom building. We're building a kingdom. That's what we're doing. So it's not just you have to walk this. It's a lifestyle that we're selling. And the lifestyle is that you have the juice. You have the power. Use it. But you have to take the authority. You have to claim it. If you're going around and just the name or your name and saying this and that, man, you're not going to have no power out here. I go out in the streets, I'm out here, I'm not saying this to brag, but, the guy sooner, he'll know, like, I wear Rolex and all this, I got all type of stuff, on a daily basis. Son, I don't think none of it. Nobody robs me. Nobody's doing that because God can tell one to go this way and another way. Now, I'm not going to go into an area and be looking like a steak dinner in front of a bunch of wolves. I'm not going to be foolish. We died before my time, but I ain't going to be fearful, for he hasn't given us the spirit of fear. So if you're afraid of something, this is another tip I want to give. Face it full on. If you're afraid to dance, go to the party and dance, you know how I used to face that? I'd be the first one on the floor. That way can't nobody say nothing about you. And it get the whole party going. We're about empowering you. It's just like the Bible said, those, the sheep, the one that they don't have no care for the sheep. They don't care what happens. But the one that's the real sheep herder, the real one that cares, if one sheep go astray, he'll leave the other ones just to go and get that one and bring him back to the fold. I've worked at nursing homes, juvenile facilities. I've been on benches and all type of stuff. So humility is the key to greatness, and that brings humility. Humility is teachability. The more you learn, the more you earn, and you will be like me. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, it's just like the Bible say, the rich sit in a low seat. Why is it? I used to read it, the rich sit in a low seat. What does that mean? Sometimes you got to go low to see what's high. If you up and you looking down, you can only see something from a certain perspective. But if you low and you looking high, you can see a lot of stuff that you wouldn't even have noticed. And you can have a full range of perspective. And and you can use that for your benefit, because it's a better stretch. But my man told me to wrap it up, that I talked a little more than I want to. But God bless. And it's just like the Bible says, a liar heeds a liar's lips. If somebody said, oh, I made up the brush and I made up that, they're a liar. If you think that I'm lying and it's not sincerity and earnestness in my voice, just like I'm telling the truth. But just like the Bible says, a liar heeds a liar's lips. That's how they can, when you're in wickedness, they can fall all into the hole together. Man, Crown, we untouchable. God bless. I'm done.